Hello and welcome to another episode of The Average EV. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about why my wife and I are deciding to get a 2023 Volkswagen ID.4. Along with that, I'm also going to go over kind of the process that we've gone through so far and what we can expect until we actually take delivery of our ID.4. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, give a like and a subscribe below, and let's learn about why we chose the ID.4. Initially, when we were trying to figure out which electric vehicle we wanted to get my wife, I was kind of looking at a couple different ones. I was looking at the sizes compared. We were also looking at some plug-in hybrids as well, but I eventually landed on the ID.4. I thought that it kind of met all of our needs. It was a little bit smaller than we wanted, but just a little bit smaller, not that much, so it wasn't that much of a deal breaker. So here are the kind of the main reasons why we decided to go with the ID.4. First off was the range. 275 miles is perfect. So about half of that is 130 some, and that adds up to basically being able to go charger to charger on a road trip easily, not having to charge all the way up to 100, but we could probably charge up to 50, unplug, go to the next charger, and pull in around 2% and then charge up. So I think it's just a really good range for us, and my experience with my current EV is that we'll likely get more, especially since we have the rear-wheel drive version, but we'll see how that goes. My second rationale is the charging speed. So when we were originally looking at the ID.4, we just kind of accepted it was gonna be 125 kilowatts. It is what it is. And then Volkswagen is in the process still of releasing an update that is going to increase the charging speed to 135 kilowatts. Well, then they announced the 2023 ID.4, and they're increasing the charging speed up to 170 kilowatts. So I'm super excited about that, and that's going to make it a really good road tripper, especially if we're only going to charge up to 50 to 60% between stops. So that's going to be an awesome change, and I'm excited to have the new 2023 with that faster charging. I am interested, once we get the vehicle, to see what the 170 kilowatt charging does as far as raising the temperature of the battery pack and how long the 170 kilowatts sustains. I watched some videos of MEB platform vehicles in Europe, and they hit the 170, but it gets the pack really hot, and it doesn't make that much of a difference, especially over a longer charge. The last main reason we're getting the ID.4 is to save money on gas. So my wife does have an internal combustion engine vehicle. She has a Rogue. It's actually a really nice Rogue, SV trim, all-wheel drive. But anyways, she gets like 26 miles to the gallon. I know gas prices are coming down now, but it's so unpredictable what gas prices are going to be, what inflation's going to do for things. So we're going to try and protect ourselves a little bit by getting another EV. Additionally, we have solar panels, so that helps cut costs a lot more for us as well when it comes to fueling our vehicles, because a lot of it will be free from the sun. So again, it's not going to have all-wheel drive, which will be a little bit of a bummer, but we don't actually use the all-wheel drive that much, because if it snows in Maryland, we usually don't have to go out, so we're not gonna miss it at all. So again, that's kind of the three main reasons why we went with the ID.4. I think it's just a great family car, and I think it's gonna be awesome for a family. And I think the 2023 version specifically is going to be really awesome with the charging, and I really can't wait to bring all of you videos about the charging and range tests. And I have a cool test cycle I'm going to start putting out called the boomerang test that I'm excited to do. So we'll see what happens with that. So I wanted to walk you all through the process of getting an ID.4. So essentially what you do is you go onto the Volkswagen website and you reserve the car, and you put down $100 and you pick out, you know, what trim you want, what color you want, everything you want, and then you basically wait. When you do that, you do have to pick a dealership that you want to work with, and I would recommend, especially right now, given the climate of cars, going to the dealerships and talking to them and seeing what they're all about. For example, our dealership, Hanover Volkswagen, is great, and we will fortunately be purchasing our vehicle at MSRP, because I do know a bunch of dealerships are jacking up the prices once people actually get the cars delivered, which is really unfortunate. Anyways, so we reserved on June 13th. This year, 2022. Then about 2 months later, September 16th, we locked. And basically what locked means is you can no longer change the configuration, and you are saying that that vehicle is going to be made. Now, you don't have to actually end up buying the vehicle, but that vehicle is going to get produced. And that is a $400 deposit. And all of those deposits are refundable. So the $500, if we ended up getting the car, test driving it, and not liking it, we could get that money back. And then about, 6 days later, so September 22nd, on the portal, our account was upgraded to production scheduled, which means obviously they now know when they're going to manufacture our car. It doesn't exactly tell us when, but it gives us like a 2-month range to where our car could come, which it says December to February right now. I'm obviously hoping for February, because we would be able to just slide in with the old tax credit of $7,500. So that's basically been our experience so far. Volkswagen has done a fine job communicating to us as the tax credit has changed. They sent out some letters. Our dealership called us, kind of let us know what our options were. So I would say the communication was pretty good. Obviously, they needed to figure things out because it was kind of all of a sudden. And I feel like many of the manufacturers were left out when this decision was ultimately made and put into law. So I can't really complain about the experience on that end. I do know there's a lot of people that have been having issues because they're locked into a 2022, but 2022 production is still in Germany, and that's taking a while, and they're still not getting their car. And maybe some 2023 people are going to get their cars before 2022. But aside from that kind of issue, I personally can't complain about my experience as far as reserving our ID.4. All right, I wanted to go over a few of the specs that I thought were important. I kind of mentioned some of them earlier, but I'm still going to go over it. First off, there are many trims of the ID.4. There's the Pro, the Pro S, the Pro S Plus. You can get all of them all-wheel drive. There's also a lesser trim, that's just the ID.4, and that comes with a smaller battery, and that does not have the 170 kilowatt charging. I'm not exactly sure what the charging will be. I guess it'll still be the 135, but we'll see what happens. I haven't seen any specifics regarding that. So the version we got is the Pro rear-wheel drive, because we didn't need the all-wheel drive. And that comes in at $42,495. This model, trim, has 275 miles of range, which is the highest amount of range, mainly because it has the smallest tires and it's not all-wheel drive. The 12-inch infotainment system is standard on 2023, which is super nice. When we did our test drive, it was the 12-inch and we liked it. And then they're like, oh yeah, it's the one you're getting smaller. I'm like, oh, okay. But then they've changed it now, and all ID.4s are getting the 12-inch infotainment system. So those are just a couple of the specs that are important. If you want to look up dimensions and stuff like that, you can find that easily posted on their website. And the last thing that I'm excited about for the 2023 is it's going to be delivered with 3.0, the software, which I'm super excited about. That has a bunch of awesome driver's assistant features. Additionally, they have kind of revamped their navigation and really improved the route planning. And the route planning is supposed to include charging stations like Electrify America and EVgo. Additionally, 3.0 has the capability of plug and charge. Hopefully that actually happens. I know it will eventually happen, but when we get our car, it would be really nice if plug and charge was good to go and we could use that, because I know for my wife and for a lot of other people in their transition to EVs, you would much prefer just to be able to plug in and it works and it charges and you unplug and you leave, instead of having to use the app, swipe, get it all set up. So hopefully that comes with that. I know that'll make her experience a lot better and whatnot with the EV. But anyways, that's basically it with the trim. You can certainly go up in trims and get better interior, power, lift gate, the all-wheel drive. There's like the lit emblem and everything like that. But we really didn't need all of that, and we're gonna be just fine with the Pro, and it has heated seats, so that's all my wife really needs is the heated seats and cruise control. We do enjoy the cruise control. That's kind of everything about the ID.4 and why we decided to go with the ID.4. I'm hoping to bring you all another update soon that our vehicle is in production, and kind of give you a quick idea of how soon we would get the vehicle after they've told us that the vehicle is in production. So again, thank you for watching. I'm really excited to get my hands on the 2023 ID.4 and run some tests on it and deliver that content to you all. But until then, I'm just gonna have to wait. So if you could give us a like and a subscribe, that way you can follow our journey on our purchase of our 2023 Volkswagen ID.4, and I will catch up with you all next time.